All right, guys. In this video, I want to show you how I normally use 5 minutes and 4 hours time frame to get my entries. Okay. So we attempted doing this on a live stream on YouTube, but it didn't work out. So I decided to record it since it's going to yield the same results. Okay. So before you can use this, you need to refresh your knowledge on change of character, on break of structure, on uh demand and supply. Okay, we'll not be using much of liquidity here. Liquidity is just going to be an added advantage for us. All right, so let's go into it. So first and foremost, you have to use 4 hours, just 4 hours time frame. You will not be using internal structure. You will not be using fractal or anything. You just use 4 hours. When you're on 4 hours, you look for break of structure. Okay. Now let's see we have a break of structure here. All right. So if you have a break of structure there, so you can see if I have something like this clear break of structure, right? Yeah, that's clear enough. Okay. Or what are you facing again? Let's just give it to. So you have a break of structure there. So that means what's going to be our demand zone? This place is going to be our demand zone. Now, you want to see piece if you're using this, you want to see this piece. Like, I don't know if you are seeing what I'm showing you, but let me try and pick something to make you clearer. Okay, you have to see space inside here. Like after the break of structure, you have to see that piece. Okay, that shows you that the break of structure is valid. It has to give that you can't use something that is too close as break of structure in this case. Okay, you want to see it. You want to see the pullback at least. You want to see, like, let me say 4-5 candles in the pullback, not just 2 candles or 1 candle. No. You want to see the pullback being visible, okay, for you to mark your break of structure. I don't know if that's clear, but I think you should be able to understand from there. Like this kind of break of structure now. This is another break of structure right here. Okay, so we had a lot of candles in that pullback, not just 1 candle pullback, not something like or something like this. I'm trying to find one that is not valid. Something like this is not a break of structure. This what we have here is not a break of structure. Can you see? This is like a fractal, more like a fractal structure, because we have just 2 candles in the pullback and there's no space in between at all. So you don't see that kind of thing as break of structure if you are using this strategy. Okay. So I hope I've been able to make that point clear. So immediately you have that, then you set your alerts. Immediately you have that break of structure, you mark your demand zone, then you set your alerts. Now, I will recommend an app that you can use to set alerts. Okay, that works very perfectly and is free. Because if you have to use TradingView alerts, TradingView alert is not free. You have to be on the paid subscription before you can use TradingView alert. So I'm going to drop a screenshot together with this video. The folder that you'll find this video, you'll find a screenshot of the app you will download for the alert. So you set the alerts. So you can have your alert set on a lot of PAs. You just be waiting for any of them to trigger. Okay. What I mean by a lot of PA is that you can have your break of structure marked on so many PA like that. Then you have your demand zone marked out and you have your alert sets. You can do it during the weekend, or maybe you can do it in the morning, in the night. Just do it down, because 4 hours time frame takes a lot of time. Let's check something. We have break of structure here, right? We have break of structure here, and if you check down, you see that that's 7 o'clock in the morning. Now let's now see when price return. let's see. You see that before price return, it took about 12 hours. Can you see? So it takes a lot of time. 4 hours take a lot of time. So if you be trading this strategy now, it's either you have extreme patience or you trade a lot of coins. Then you'll be setting alerts. You can't wait for price. You can't be watching it for price to come back. It takes a lot of time. So you just set your alerts and you go about doing your day in the day your daily activities. Okay. So immediately your alert triggers, that means you are now in your demand zone. Then you drop to 5 minutes. Okay. You drop to 5 minutes. So that's 5 minutes. So let's locate that stuff. Let me hold this. We are not using it. Okay. So okay. So I think this is where we are, right? Yeah. So this is the demand zone. Is it it's I'm coming? I think I'm lost. Let me find myself. Just a moment. Okay, here, not this. Let me delete all of that stuff that can cause confusion. Okay, nothing's even there. Okay, so let me try find myself now. Or I can even put, yeah, should be able to find it now. Okay, so this should be it. This should be it. Yeah, this is it. So in this is where we drew the 4 hours from. So this should be the mitigation where it come to mitigate our entry point. So immediately you have this. What you need next now is your entry, right? So all you need for your entry is a change of character. Okay, that's all you need for your entry. You know how to time your change of character. So just need to see that change of character. Then we enter into the trade. Okay, so remember the criteria for change of character. That's fractal now. Your change of character is going to be fractal change of character. Okay, so definitely this is going to be I want to bring out this stuff. Okay, so price move this way, move this way, move this way, move like this, then move like this, move down, then broke structure here. So definitely, as you can see, this is going to be our change of character. So the only trigger you need is change of character. Immediately you have that 5 minute change of character inside 4 hours demand zone. Okay. So immediately you have that, as simple as that. Then you pick your demand zone. I believe you are following. I don't need to do a crash course on all of this because I believe you know all of this. So this is more of like a master class. So this is going to be our demand zone. Going to trade for. You have to also check that it's in a good pricing zone. Can you see the demand zone is inside the discount zone? So you place your entry. So you place your entry. Your SL will be you can give like 1 pip below that low. So this is cool. Then to set your target, you go to 4 hours. To set your target, you go back to 4 hours. Then let's find that spot. We go back to 4 hours. So it's going to be it. Then you target the 4 hours high, which is here. This starting our trade. But unfortunately, it didn't get to our take profits. it went to eat out, then reverse back. But since we are still within, we are still within this demand zone, you can still look for the same thing. Price never broke out, so nothing has happened. Price come back into the demand zone. We can still try to find another entry. So let's see if we can get another entry. That one did not get to our take profit before it reversed. So let's see. Maybe the price just came back to liquidate early buyers. So let's see if we can still find another entry in that spot. Okay. So we have change of character here. Again, I have another one here. All right. So this is going to be our demand zone that we want to choose from now, this time around. So it depends on your placement of SL. If you have given at least one pips allowance, you are not going to be taken out here because this is supposed to be where SL is supposed to be, but we used to give one pip allowance. So to be on like 6 somewhere here. Yeah. So you are going to escape it narrowly, depending on how you place your SL. But I recommend you always put one pips allowance, okay? At least one pips allowance. So if you have done that, it's going to be, then you go to 4 hours and place your, go to 4 hours and place your take profits. So your take profit this time around is still going to be this high. And this time around, it eats the take profits. So I don't know if you understand, but this is all the strategy. You just need to see the break of structure, very important, your demand zone. Then you set alerts. You need to set alerts because price movement when there's when there is break of structure here to where we finally get the entry is about 8 days. Can you see? You cannot be watching one chart for 8 days. You can't do that. So that's why you'll be using the alert system. It's very important. It's very, very essential. Okay. So let's see some more example. Let's see some more example. Okay, so I have one here also. Let's look at it together. Okay, we have a BOS here. We have a BOS, that spot. So if that's the BOS, this is 4 hours time frame. So if that's BOS, then we are going to be having our demand zone here. All right. Yes, that's going to be our demand zone. That's going to be our demand zone. So after this BOS, daily price give BOS here. What we set alerts. So after we've set the alerts, and we'll drop down to 5 minutes time frame. We'll go back and look for trying to find it. Okay, here is it. Here is it. So we'll find change of character, then we have our entry, we'll find our entry. That's just all about it. But that's not all about it. Technically, that's all about it. But psychologically, there's more to it, which I'll be explaining in this video. Now let's see like one more example after this. So we have our, you can always draw this line if you can't find your change of character, price pullback, price, there's no pullback here. Just, okay, we have pullback here. Okay, right? So that's going to be our change of character here. If I had, if I hide this another way to get it. If I hide this, then you see that we have a change of character clearly here with this line I've drawn. Okay, we have a change of character clearly here. So that's all we need. So delete it. See, look at the time we had the break of structure. We had the break of structure here. We had the break of structure somewhere here. We have the break of structure somewhere here, and we have mitigation 7 hours later. That's like the whole day. So you can't just wait. You have to set alerts, and I'll show you an app that will do that best for you. So just above this green candle, we have our change of character. That's our change of character there, because there's this pullback, and that's going to be our high. So if that be the case, we have our entry right here. Okay, this candle right here is our entry, and that is clean. Your SL is going to be this low here. Then you give it a few allowance, like 1 pips allowance. So it's going to be like 6.57, something like this. Yeah. So that this is allowance, and no matter the broker you are using, it's not supposed to stop you out. Okay, because that's like almost 10 points. Most broker don't use up to 10 points as their spread. So you go to 4 hours now to set your entry to your take profits. Here, so the take profit is going to be here, this high here. Did we get taken out again before take profits? Yes, we were. So with time, when you keep trading, then you'll be learning how to manage your trade. Maybe you'll be taking some profits at some RR or something, but it took us out and came back again. Okay, for re-entry. Now let's see whether we have an entry on that re-entry. So we extend our demand zone. Okay, this even sweep our demand zone. It sweep the demand zone, but we can still time our entry for 5 minutes, because the demand zone, the final point is here. Okay, even still swept it. Well, that's not a problem, because it's just like it's liquidity sweep. If you still find change of heart on 5 minutes, you can still try it. But since it has already swept demand zone, you may not really want to risk as much as, but you can still place it. Let's see if we have another. Okay. Did you have an entry at all? Okay, we're searching your character. So for me, we have the pullback, and for me, we have our change of character here. For me, we have a change of character here, and we have this demand zone. I don't know if price later came back to that. Price is not. So for this, price did not come back. Price did not come back. Let me check something here. Would have hit some SL at this point, because we have a change of character here. We have another change of character here. We have another change of character here, yes. And we would have placed an entry here. And that would have been a losing trade. Then immediately after that, we had another change of character. After that liquidation, we have another change of character here. And this would have been another SL. But you mean this may not hit your SL if you give the allowance. But it didn't get to take profits. So it will be like so this is 4.7. So if you are giving allowance, it's going to be 5.7. So let's see. Okay, so if you had given that one per allowance, you shouldn't have hit your SL, but you didn't get to take profits. So it is still coming back. Try to take you out on. So this it's not quite clean in this case. There's no edge ratio at all. So on this trade now, we have eaten break even once, stop loss twice. In fact, break even 3 times. But this one, you must have taken profits. You must have taken something out because this went almost 10 hours. This went 11 hours before it reverse. So you must have taken out something, maybe 50% or so before. So that would have, even that 50%, if you are taking 50% out, that means you are taking like 5 hours somewhere here. That would be like 5 hour profits. And that covered for this 2SL before this break even. So that's all about. Let's look at one more example. I think I have one more example here. Oh. Mm, mm. Should have one more example. I'm not sure I'll be able to get to this one. It's too far. Okay, that one is too far. It's too far. It's too far. Okay, we have this. Well, this is not too clean. Just one more example. Okay, yeah, we have an example here that we can use. Okay, so this is another example right here. We have this block of structure from here. Okay, we have this block of structure here. So because of that block of structure, we have our demand zone, which is going to be this. Okay. What is this? So that's going to be our demand zone. We had a block of structure from here. So that's how many days later. After break of structure, let's see this break of structure. So we came back from mitigation 2 days, 8 hours later. This is why you have to set alerts. Very important. You have to set alerts. Okay, you have to set alerts. It's very important. Okay, so I hope that's clear why I said we should use always use alert. So we have 14 2 days, 8 hours before the price came back to our mitigation. So after price came back to our mitigation, now let's be very realistic. We have the first mitigation here. This also mitigation. So I think we might hit a stop loss on that. Okay, we first have mitigation. It didn't actually mitigate it, didn't actually get there. So it didn't quite get there. So we didn't have any entry there. So where we have clear entry, change of character and mitigation is here. So this one's obviously enter our demand zone. And right here we'll be having our change of character as very clear. Then clearly this is going to be the demand zone. Okay, this is clear enough, very clear. And we have our entry right here. Okay, so that's 8.8. We give you 1 pip allowance, so it's going to be 9.8. Yeah, that's going to be our SL. So then we're going to target. I'm going to target. We are going to target this high right here. And some people might decide to target this high, this one. So anyone you want to target out of them is okay. So that's 16 hour, 160 pips. So basically, this is how the strategy works. Now, as every strategy, it's not as sweet as you see it in backtesting like this. It takes time for you to mitigate, and within that time, it will work on your emotion. So I recommend that you practice this, you test it on. I can't this tutorial video, I can't continue to test every scenario. So you test scenario that it doesn't work, you test scenario that it works before decide whether you want to start using it. I hope this is clear. It will not always work out. Okay. For example, here, we have I'm trying to get an example where it did not work out so that you see what I'm saying. Yeah, for example, here we have this clear, we have this clear, this clear constructor right here. Okay. This is a clear brick structure. So if that is a brick structure, then definitely we have it depends on what we want to work with. We can work with this demand zone right here. Okay. And we can also work with this. Can also work with something like this. Okay. All right. So it depends on the one we want to work with. Let me use this or can do. Yes, that's demand zone now, right there. So price always came back and mitigate it right here. Okay, first mitigate it here, but if you are using this demand zone now, this supply zone, then this is a mitigation also. So let's see what that gives us. I hope I'm able to find that spot on the charts on 5-minute time frame. Let's try it. Okay, so we have it here. This is where I said it will not always work out. Okay. So for this, we have that clear break. So this is our change of character here. So in that case, we have our entry here. We have our entry here. And we have a mitigation here. We have the trigger our entry on this point. That's where our entry got triggered. Okay. That's almost 10 euro. You must have taken out some profits. You must have taken out some profits. Okay. Then price mitigate again. No change of character here. So we have change of character right here. We have change of character there. Then we have a field trade. We have a field trade. This ESL straight up. SL straight up. 4.1 will give some allowance. 5.1. Still eat the SL. Anyways. Okay, do not actually eat it, but bro, your spread will take you out. That's SL. Then you give another change of character, which still end up in SL. It's like 3 SL in that spot. So sometimes you can have multiple SL trying to catch that move. But the joy is when you eventually catch it, it's going to clear all the loss. So don't allow emotions to play. Just stick to the plan. Sometimes you have multiple SL in that your 4 hour zone, and at the end of the day, it will not still tag you in. Don't let it bother you. Okay, you have to be ready for it. So I think that's the emotional part of it. That's all there is with this strategy. If you have questions, kindly reach out to me, and I'll be glad to help you. Thanks for watching this. I hope you enjoy it. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe and follow. See you on the next video.